A night with the best, George Best.
What a player this boy is, he's got another!
The best goal scorer.
He could do whatever he wanted to do.
Football's first superstar.
George had fabulous hair. He was always in great condition.
I like to think of myself, as a bit different than everybody else, pop star, really.
The best of times.
I've seen some guys who've been full, but nobody like you.
The worst of times.
All my puns have been drink-related.
30 years on the front page.
The best family sausages.
George was the best player in the world.
And it's a magnificent goal!
At the peak of his career, he could have gone anywhere.
Now, George Best is 50.
I'm 50 and I can't wait for 60.
Join us for his birthday party on BBC Two. Best night, Sunday the 19th of May.
The very best of rugby football now on BBC Two with highlights of the 1996 awards dinner from London's Park Lane. The events are introduced by Steve Ryder.
Everybody to the 1996 RFU Awards tonight. With your cooperation, we celebrate champions and we celebrate cup winners and we acknowledge some fine individual achievements in the English game. Well, whereas a year ago at this function the talk was of old farts and whoopee cushions, we can now reflect a little more fully on the wind of change.
Subsequent to the repeal of the amateur regulations, rugby will become an open game. There will be no prohibition on payment or the provision of other material benefit to any person involved in the game.
The blue touch paper was lit. The first explosion in the revolution was Newcastle, Rob Andrew, Keegan, Incarnate. Big names moved on, big names moved in. Michael Liner to Saracens, where the shopping list is long, the resources deep. Wales reclaimed Jonathan Davis from Rugby League, but the season would provide action as well as intrigue.
Slight trouble here, big trouble here. Chester Williams, it's a run-in to the corner for Chester Williams this time, no mistake. That's Delanio to Robinson to Katz. Katz slips the tackle outside the replacement and the try for de Glanville. Cambridge ball. Ashforth wide. The hooker is Evans. Evans goes to the line and scores. Victory from the jaws of defeat. And Cambridge have stolen it at the death. Inside, Delanio scores. And Delanio, his first time selected for a full international. Grayson, Katz, inside, Underwood, try! It's 12-all. Parveno, drop goal attempt this time by Castagnette, and that's gone over in turn. What a dramatic finale to this game we're seeing. Justin Thomas have to play. It's charged down, it could be a free run in for Guscott. And Guscott's 18th try.
That really is very good forward play indeed. And Eric Peters being driven up. Not surprisingly, Dean Richards at the very heart of it, and it's a penalty to England. I reckon they've played almost 2 minutes into injury time. 5 from 8 for Paul Grayson. Will this be the 6th? Certainly high enough. And indeed, it's straight through as well. 6 penalty goals for Paul Grayson. And England have won a hard-earned victory by 18 points to 9.
To give up something that means that much to you is very hard, but
I think I've made it for the right reasons, and I think I've made it for positive reasons, which is what it's all about. But I'll be very sad, and there's no doubt about that.
An emotional moment this, as first in splendid isolation, he's left with Twickenham to receive the worthy acclamation of the 75,000 crowd on his captaincy farewell. In goes Hogan. To Humphreys, tries the drop goal. It's a beauty. Oh, that's sensational. The confidence of the young man. 75,000 stand to the luckless England captain at the end of his England captaincy career. But on this occasion, it will not be a happy ending for Will Harley. Still in front of Ireland's post. Chances here for England. Grayson. Dummy switch to Guscott, again Slightholme, all the way through, John Slightholme. Oh, memorable moments. His first England try, and one that surely settles the issue. England take the Triple Crown, and England also take the Five Nations Championship trophy.
And just to underline how far we've travelled in the last 12 months, this week we've had the clash of the codes at Main Road, and Maurice Lindsay, Chief Executive of the Rugby Football League, is a special guest here tonight. And we've got time for just, I think, a brief extract from the big match, Wigan against Bars.
Roars of Wigan running around the terraces, is back with the try! Yes! And it's number 16, John Card!
And the big question now is exactly how are Wigan going to recover from that? We'll discover at Twickenham in a fortnight's time. Now, the ultimate prizes for all those who work so hard at schoolboy level come in the shape of the Daily Mail competitions for under-15s and under-18s. Peter Jackson, rugby correspondent of the Daily Mail, will present the awards. But let's show you, first of all, how those competitions were resolved.
Oh, it's a free kick. It was put into the front row of their own players. Oh, there's a try here, surely, from Nick Duncombe at number 11. Brilliant piece of play. Good movement of the ball. And that's another little break, a brilliant break by Melrose. And this is an overlap here, and in goes Deering. Deering's there. He's got another great try. And takes their tally to 12. Lots of support for the Royal Grammar School High Wycombe as Alex Melrose, their inside centre and captain, comes forward to receive the trophy. A moment he and the rest of the team won't forget. Mike Peary, president of the England Rugby Football Schools Union, is the man to deliver this trophy. Well deserved. Oh, and Colston had the advantage, going the short side. And that's going to be a try. Alex Brown, the big number 4. Big smile on his face. A minute to go, and that's a lovely break, and that's a try for the left winger Nathan Millett. He got in this time. The team led up by John Pritchard, their captain, to receive this trophy once again, this time from Bill Bishop, the president of the Rugby Football Union. Fine performance once again from this very famous rugby school.
And the winners at under-18 level, Colston Collegiate of Bristol and the under-15s Royal Grammar School of High Wycombe. Colin Tattersall, Andy Jameson, coaches from the Royal Grammar School at High Wycombe, due to have Alan Martinovich, the coach, David Crawford, the headmaster from Colston's Collegiate. Now, Sun Alliance sponsor the county and divisional Colts competition. Scott Nelson, Group Finance Director of Sun Alliance, will present these awards to the South West and the East Midlands. Here's how they triumphed this season.
The Sun Alliance Colts Divisional Championship went west, southwest to be precise, as the under-19s of South West Colts beat London and the South East 22-16. But it was quite a transformation of fortunes after England Colts and Harlequin wing Michael Horn had put in this long run to give London a 14-3 lead. The conversion made it 16-3. But South West fullback John Fabian kept chipping away at that lead with 3 consecutive penalty goals before the South West gained the lead for the first time. Peter Tinning it was, and the superb try that was to gain the lead for the South West. Nice break and the drive over. With the conversion by John Fabian, it was 19 points to 16. And a further penalty goal made it 22-16 at the final whistle at Castlecroft. And so the divisional title to the Colts from the South West, reversing the outcome of last year. The final of the Sun Alliance Colts County Championship was a real local derby, East Midlands against hot favourites Hertfordshire. Jamie Story's first half interception try put Hertfordshire 8 points to 6 into the lead. But it was Bedford centre Matt Oliver who turned things round and really caught the eye with this breakaway score, restoring the lead to the East Midlands. There were 2 conversions and a penalty from Northampton's Duncan Blowers to follow. That sealed success, and a 13 points to 8 triumph for East Midlands, Colts County champions for 1996.
And the captain of the East Midlands is Richard Butler, and on behalf of the South West we've got England hooker Mark Regan to collect the award. Well, on then to the seniors, the CIS Insurance County and Divisional Championships. Alan Snedden, Chief General Manager of CIS Cooperative Insurance, will present these awards. The North sharing in an epic match with the Midlands to take the divisional title, and we had Gloucestershire reasserting themselves as the #1 county.
The final day of the CIS Divisional Championship saw a dozen tries shared between the holders Midlands and the North, played at Beeston. This was one of 2 tries by Sales Joss Baxendale for the North, and there were 2 for the sleek Austin Healy, as the North kept their noses in front throughout, but it was only 45-42 at the end, and the CIS trophy for Orrell and the North captain Paul Johnson, champions for the first time in 7 seasons. The CIS County Championship final brought together Warwickshire, the reigning champions, and Gloucestershire. Another close affair this, with Gloucestershire captain Andrew Stanley making the try off the back of the line out for the opening score. Another after surging runs for Ian Patton for Lydney scrum half Julian Davis. So 14-0 down, but Warwickshire could never quite pull it back, although scrum half Mark Waugh kept hopes alive with this quick-thinking try. But they couldn't reduce the deficit, and in the end it was 17-13 to Gloucestershire, and as a result the West Countrymen equalled Lancashire's record number of 16 county titles. Their reward, a trophy presented by Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal.
Matt Greenwood, vice-captain of the North, collects the divisional trophy, and lock forward Tim Klink will pick up the CIS Insurance County Championship trophy for Gloucestershire. Now, 75,000 at Twickenham on Saturday for the Pilkington Cup final, a world record attendance for a club match. Bath had been to 9 finals, won them all. Was this the year that their great rivals Leicester would end that domination? Well, no one predicted a joyous exhibition of the game. Everyone knew it would be close, but this was uncomfortably close.
Round comes Cockrell. Wells up there too, and they drive on with Garen Garforth. Garforth charging, hell for leather in the Bath 22. Within 7 minutes, Cardooni. Malone, surely through, what a score! Niall Malone saw the gap and took it. 20 metres out, drop goal. That's good. Mike Catt's drop goal gives Bath the lead. Well, Dore will need to be accurate here. It's on Bath's own goal line. Leicester have it. It's Matt Poole, I think. Yes, it is. He's reached to the sky. Look at the delight for Paul Dodge and Ian Smith, the coaches, because that surely is the match winner. We've 2 minutes to play. Desperate states now, Bath in. They need the try and conversion to get ahead. Here they go, Bath, perhaps the final real effort. Flip pass was from Haag, the set-up in front of the post. Cat goes himself. Lively holds him off. Still pounding 4 metres from the line. A penalty try against Leicester. Can you believe it? In the dying minute of the game. This to win it. Surely 16-15 from John Callard, the conversion. A controversial finale to this, the Silver Jubilee final, but persistent infringements by Leicester. It had to be a brave decision from Steve Lander. Shrill blast, that is it, and Bath have done it at the death. Well, no more controversial end to a Pilkington Cup final than that. Bath can surely scarce believe what's happened. They must have seen defeat staring them in the face after Poole's try in the 34th minute of the second half. But Bath, as ever, are never beaten till that final whistle blows. And there the moment of triumph for Bath. Pilkington Cup winners again.
And David Roycroft, head of corporate affairs at Pilkington PLC, will now present the Pilkington Cup to John Hall, team manager of Bath. Now move on to review the Carriage Club Championship season. Leicester entering the season as defending champions, but Bath, they'd won the title 5 times in the previous 6 years. Once again, this was a campaign that went right to the wire.
Sensational score. So Lively has a chance to give Leicester the lead. Almost a 75% success rate. And today he's hanging in at 100%. That's 3 out of 3 and Leicester lead. Now it's with Neil Back who kicks sensibly into touch. And that is it, I think. Yes, Leicester have won for the first time ever in the league at the Recreation Ground. Bath have lost their 100% record.
Penalty to Gloucester. Quick taken by Scott Benton. Benton on the break now. Bath defence in all sorts of trouble here. It's still Benton going. Can he make the line? There's Holford up in support. Cat holds Benton, but Holford's through for the try. And Kingsholm goes wild. Tremendous score by Paul Holford. Andy Nicol to Rich Buckland. Buckland has de Glanville in support. He's going under the post. Great score for Bath. Phil de Glanville, the Bath captain, pulls them back. But it was all too late. 2 further kicks for Gloucester made it 16 points to 10. A night of triumph for Gloucester at Kingsholm.
Eric Peters' certain try must be de Glanville. And still it's Bath. Still with Peters. Peters goes, pops it over the top. Baxendale goes and makes his second try, and this is some comeback now by Sale. And the crowd now have learned that Harlequins have beaten Leicester. That's the cheer. Bath, regardless now of the outcome, will be Courage League champions for 1996. And so, a last fling this is, surely now. The run for the corner by Yates, and he's going round behind the post. The try for Sale, and it will all rest with the conversion attempt It's a huge kick. It's a tremendous kick. And Sale have drawn level with the final kick of the match. They celebrate as if they were champions. And ironically, it will be Bath thanking the Harlequins for downing the colours of Leicester at Welford Road. And so the players make their way up to the stand for Phil de Glanville to receive the Courage League trophy from the President of the Rugby Football Union, Bill Bishop, accompanied by Executive Director of Courage, Martin Loads. It's Bath that have the title, and the triumph and the party is theirs.
Well, let's reenact that particular piece of rugby history by getting Graham Kendrick, Managing Director of Courage Limited, to represent the Courage Club Championship trophy to Phil de Glanville of Bath. Could you just try and sum up for us the tension that was being felt on that last afternoon of the championship?
No, it was unbearable. I mean, we knew the Leicester scored 2 minutes from the end, but the 10 minutes preceding that, when Sale were clawing their way back, was an absolute nightmare for me, sitting on the bench and watching everybody play. But it's been a fantastic season for Bath. I think we've played some tremendous rugby. Commiserations to Leicester, they pushed us all the way. I know Dino will respect that. And, you know, following last night's game against Wigan, we know where we've got to go to.
Well done, Phil. Let's take you back to individual awards now and try and provide at least some consolation for Leicester. The key factor in their season-long challenge to Bath was the kicking form of fullback John Liley, who broke the Leicester club record with a total of 446 points. Here's just a few of them. It helped make him Eunice's top point scorer of the season.
Well, he may have kicked 386 penalties already, but this is one of the more important ones he would like. It's a good kick. It's there.
Liley cutting through, still going. Liley to score, great try. Superb rounding up skills from the Leicester fullback. And Ian Davison, Managing Director of Unisys Computers, is here to make the presentation. 8 tries, 65 conversions, 91 penalties, 1 drop goal. He hasn't missed a great deal all season, but I'm afraid he's missed tonight. So Peter Wheeler, the President of Leicester, is here to accept the award on John Liley's behalf. Just 1 drop goal for John Liley during the course of this last season. Contrast that with the 15 from Simon Catamole of Weston-super-Mare that makes him the Unisys top drop goal kicker of the season. But what about the top try scorer? This title was won by a handsome margin by Colin Phillips of Reading. And this particular effort came against Harrogate in Courage Division 3. Makes it look easy, doesn't he? That was one of 33 tries that Colin Phillips scored this season, perhaps not one of his best. But the Unisys top try scorer of the season is Colin Phillips of Reading. Well, there are performers that hit the headlines, and we'll be meeting a few more of those towards the end of this presentation, but there are also those who help fuel the engine room of the game with precious little recognition. Hence the category for the unsung hero, which will be presented by Minister for Sport, Mr. Ian Sproat. Goes to a club captain who's known promotion and he's known relegation and he's known the occasional moment of personal glory as well.
Good shove, second shove by Saracens. They're still edging forward. Diprose has it, and they're still there over the line. It must be. Try given. Davis scores.
Great moment for Brian Davis, captain of Saracens, as he celebrates promotion from the Courage Second Division the season before last. Unfortunately, he got the opposite feeling at the end of this last season. He's been captain of Saracens for some 4 years, And in the last 18 months, he's fulfilled the responsibility by regularly making the 300-mile round trip from his home in Barry in South Wales. It all makes Brian Davies the unsung hero. Our next award pays tribute to daring, spontaneity, skill and bravery. It's the try of the season, and by ruling out a late effort by Steve Lander at Twickenham, we guaranteed the cooperation of Dean Richards, who will present the award. Dean Richards, ladies and gentlemen. For generating that little bit of support once again, Dean. Things went against you on Saturday, but what are the memories that you'll take away from that epic day at Murrayfield?
I think perhaps the drink afterwards with Jerry.
Let's show you the 6 tries that have emerged as candidates for tonight's award of Try of the Season.
Again, it's the driving. Again, it's the powerful, confrontational play of Bath that pays dividends. Surging run from Captain de Glanville. Peters, Robinson left. Who's right? Next one is Cat. Joy is here. Sledgeholme can get in and oppose. Oh, that's superb. Absolutely superb.
Adele Cardooni. Oh, here's a touch of adventure here. It's wide out now to Rory Underwood from their own goal line. Leicester in support. It's Liley inside Cardooni on the return pass. This is spectacular play. Now to Johnson from Underwood. This is Niall Malone. Hackney's there in support. And Hackney's clear. This is a sensational try from one goal line to the other. What a score! Attack again from their own 22. Mike Catt now to de Glanville, straightening it up over the 10-metre line. Robinson in support. This is the hooker, Graham Dorr. Superb interplay here, and it's Catt now on the break between the defenders, and Catt's going to go all the way. The superb try, and it's Bath at their very best.
Catt switches to the Bath captain de Glanville. Up goes Guscott to Adebayo. Early exciting attacking is just Liley to beat. Adebayo could get an opening try here. What a start by Bath. Sensational score. Adebayo. Chances here for England. Grayson. Dummy switch to Guscott. Again Slightholme. All the way through John Slightholme. Oh, memorable moment. His first England try. Jubilant, the winger.
It was a second Baxter try that finished off Liverpool. He showed great pace, but I would suggest that all rugby traditionalists and those of you of a weak disposition, please look away now.
That's the sort of try that Dean Richards really identifies with. Dean, you have the envelope. Please tell us what's been named Try of the Season.
The try of the season is Adebayo.
The one consolation for you, Dean, is that he can't be with us tonight. Here to receive the award on his behalf, his teammate, another top try nominee, Mike Catt. We have the announcement of young player and player of the season still to come, but in terms of action, the focus once again this season was firmly on the Five Nations Championship. England evolving, rebuilding, but as ever desperately keen to claim another Grand Slam. In that respect, though, they had the hardest possible start against France in Paris.
Grayson to Guscott, up comes Catt with the great opening salvo. This is Underwood chasing, back goes Ntamak, inside his own 22, could it be a try? The referee says no, must have been so close. England poised in defence, standing off like a shield. Drop goal attempt by Lacroix, he struck it well, and it's over. Here's an equalising chance for Grayson with the drop goal, it's over. It's 12-all. The boots of Grayson and Lacroix, the opposing fly halves. Carbonneau, drop goal attempt this time by Castagnette, and that's gone over in turn. What a dramatic finale to this game we're seeing. Thomas across to Jones. A venture here from Wales. Will they get the reward? Davies through. The number 8 is Hemi Taylor. cat to Rory Underwood, and there's the equalising score. Justin Thomas will have to play. It's charged down, it could be a free run in for Guscott. And Guscott's 18th try. Still Wales with Nigel Davies to the fore. And the ball's available with Howley going again, darting through, reaches and makes it.
Harry call today for Dean Richard, this great Leicester forward, playing in his 47th international match. And there's this almost a stone a man going in. Dean Richards now has smuggled it, he's driving. Paul Grayson again. Yes, it was just a little chip kick, that one. That really is very good forward play indeed. Dean Richards at the very heart of it, and it's a penalty to England. I reckon they've played almost 2 minutes into injury time. 5 from 8 for Paul Grayson. Will this be the 6th? Certainly high enough. And indeed, it's straight through as well. 6 penalty goals for Paul Grayson. And England have won a hard-earned victory by 18 points to 9.
To give up something that means that much to you is very hard, but I think I've made it for the right reasons, and I think I've made it for positive reasons, which is what it's all about. But I'll be very sad.
An emotional moment this, as first in splendid isolation, he's left with Twickenham to receive the worthy acclamation of the 75,000 crowd on his captaincy farewell, his 59th appearance as leading man for England. In goes Hogan. To Humphreys, tries the drop goal. It's a beauty. Oh, that's sensational. The confidence of the young man. And Carling has pulled a muscle. He's gone down with a muscle pull. It looks like quite a serious injury to Will Carling. 75,000 stand to the luckless England captain at the end of his England captaincy career. This is 59th occasion, but on this occasion it will not be a happy ending for Will Carling. Chances here for England. Grayson, dummy switch to Guscott, again Slightholme, all the way through John Slightholme. Oh, memorable moments. His first England try, and one that surely settles the issue. England take the Triple Crown, and England also take the Five Nations Championship trophy. Will Carling left the stage too early for all of us, but receiving now the Millennium Trophy from Prince Edward, a triumphant England skipper who bows out his 59th time as captain, a 44th win, a remarkable captaincy career that will be hard to exceed.
Five Nations champions for the 4th and last time under Will Carling's leadership. Peter J. Roney, Chief Executive of the Save and Prosper Group, is here to represent that Five Nations trophy to Will Carling. We need a few words, maybe answer just a couple of questions. What extraordinary year, extraordinary career, so many questions to ask, so little time. The captaincy decision, it seemed right a few months back, and it still seems right to you now?
Oh yeah, very much. I think I looked at that actually. It was quite an appropriate way to go, really. I sort of got stretchered off, carried off. I've been carried for 8 years, and I think England have had about enough of that. So it's about right, yeah.
The outstanding memory that you take away from your long period of captaincy?
I don't know if there's one. I think that there's plenty. I think... I think in terms of rugby, I don't know. It's gone professional, and I think we want to see some leadership. I would hate to see rugby lose the sort of stage it's starting to gather now through terrestrial television. I think it's appealing to a bigger market, which is great. And I think it needs to do that for longer. Whether it's right or wrong to go professional, it's gone professional. We need some guidance, we need some help. And let's all sit down together and actually go forward positively. Because I think rugby union is going well. English rugby is going well at the moment. Let's make the most of it and let's not bicker amongst ourselves.
Important time. It's an important time, Will. Your contribution has been immense. Will Carling, ladies and gentlemen. From England's most successful captain, let's bring on another man of great experience, England's most capped prop forward, Jason Leonard, who's going to present the award of Young Player of the Season. Now, there are 3 nominations for Young Player of the Season. There's Phil Greening, the 20-year-old hooker from Gloucester. There's Andrew Blythe, 20-year-old centre from West Hartlepool. And there's also Alex King, fly half from Bristol University, who's heading for Wasps next season. All three are England A internationals, and Jason, you can tell us, who is Young Player of the Season?
The winner is Alex King.
Alex King. Alex, on the screen in a moment or so, we've got yourself in action for England A against Ireland A. This was an outstanding match, an outstanding performance for yourself. Biggest afternoon of the season?
I mean, the whole season has been absolutely brilliant. This just ended it, but I was just glad that young players like myself, Phil Greening and Andy Blythe, were given a chance by the England selectors and the division. I just hope it continue for the next few years, that young players can come through and do well at senior level. I hope it continues.
Well said. Well done. Alex King, Young Player of the Season. Final award tonight is for Player of the Season. It's an award which is going to be made by Mr. Bill Bishop, OBE, President of the Rugby Football Union. And the 4 nominations for the title are Martin Johnson, valuable for Leicester, invaluable for England, now with 24 caps. John Slightholme, the Bath winger, now established at international level. There's Dean Richards, who made that heroic return to England duty at Murrayfield. And Lawrence Dallaglio, a try on his first full England appearance against Western Samoa. And he's a fixture ever since. Those are the nominees. Here they all are in action.
a full international.
Those are the nominations, those are the candidates. Mr. Bishop, perhaps you could announce who has been chosen as player of the season.
Player of the season is Lawrence Delalio.
Lawrence. Perhaps you could sum up what this award means to you.
Oh, it's a tremendous honour for me to win this award and collect it here. In terms of the England team, it's been fantastic this season. I've had a tremendous. It's been really good fun playing with the guys, and if I'd just like to pay tribute to a few people. I mean, everyone involved in England's been fantastic, but to Will, the captain, and to Jack Rowell, who've had to endure undue criticism this season. We've done it this season. We won the Five Nations, and we're just going to go from strength to strength and get even better.
Well done, Lawrence. You've had a great year. Lawrence Delalio, player of the season. Well, those are the glittering prizes, but this occasion just wouldn't be complete without the further individual recognition to one man in particular. He's guided England through some of the greatest years and bowed out this last season after leading his country a world record 59 times.
I loved it. I used to run around in the garden. I scored some great tries for England in the garden when I was about 5. And I've never wanted to do anything else really apart from play rugby for England.
And that he did for the first time in January 1988 against France. 10 months later, against Australia, Will was made captain, England's youngest for 57 years, at 22 years and 10 months old. Guy Fawkes Day, and England produced the fireworks.
Dewi Morris to Carling, England in possession again, Carling away, great run, surely it's on now for Halliday to wrap it up.
A knockout performance by England that left Carling dazed and the fans delirious. A first win of 43 that were to follow out of 58 matches in the last 8 years of his captaincy. Not that everything he touched turned to gold. 3 Grand Slams, a World Cup final, yes. But losing the Grand Slam showdown with the Scots in 1990 hurt a lot.
The referee's whistle goes for the end of the game. And Scotland have won a famous victory.
But there was swift consolation the very next season. A first win at Cardiff Arms Park for 28 years was followed by a glorious finale against France at Twickenham, as England clinched their first Grand Slam since 1980.
Carling, Andrew, misses out Guscott straight to Hodgkinson, Rory Underwood round the outside, he's skated home!
And as rugby's profile heightened by the day, so Carling became a national figure, a hero even, overnight. Not just adoring crowds, but persistent, even intrusive media pressure became the lot of the England captain. Petit Cote led England to the 91 World Cup final, and by the end of the 92 season against Wales was celebrating a back-to-back Grand Slam.
Carling's there, he's got it! A dream start for England, a nightmare for Wales.
Carling again had marshalled his troops in victory. 1995 and new accolades and a record 3rd Grand Slam for one captain.
It was brilliant. It's an incredible feeling.
Hero worship one day, but humble pie the next as the rugby union got wind of the old farts affair.
I've already put out an apology, you know, I mean it was done very tongue-in-cheek at the time anyway, and off camera, and I've apologised to everyone concerned, so there's not a lot more I can do, really.
But the air soon cleared, and presidential peace was quickly made with Dennis Easby. But before the following season was concluded, after much media speculation, Will decided he'd held on to the leadership reins long enough. After 7.5 years in charge, he was stepping down. Quite a change.
No doubt, it'll be sad, but somehow, you know, I don't really want to think about that till afterwards, because, you know, there's a game to win.
And after a poignant moment of splendid isolation at Twickenham, win it he did. Though he left the field injured, his troops didn't let him down. On this 59th occasion as captain, his 44th captaincy win, John Slightholme, the try scorer. And for England and Carling, another Triple Crown to add to 3 Grand Slams and a World Cup final. Some record that, the cup almost overfloweth. England's most successful rugby captain of all time by a mile. Perhaps they'll put up a statue to him one day.
Next year, without Will as skipper, it'll be like Trafalgar Square without Nelson's column. What more can I say?
The statue might come later, but we'll finish this evening with this special presentation to Will Carling.
I'd just like to say just a few words. I've said too many in my career, but I've always said, and I've always meant it, far too much has been made of my captaincy. I've been a very lucky man. I used to joke, Brian Moore used to tell me I was very, very lucky. But I know I was. To come into an England setup with players who you could go on for ages talking about Winterbottom, Teague, Dooley, Moore, Andrew, Leonard and a new crop. I mean, unbelievable players. To be around with them, to play for your country is an honour. To lead them has been quite incredible. And as I said, I get embarrassed by what's been made of me. I honestly believe there are 4 or 5 people who could have captained England probably to greater success than I ever did. It's been an absolute pleasure. I can't get sentimental because too many of them are in here, and I'll get ribbed for years and years. But it means that much to me. It always has done. It's been a huge honour. It's been a great pleasure. And to whoever takes over, I think they've got some great players in the side at the moment. And all I ever wish to see is England to carry on being successful, which I'm sure they will do. And thank you all very much.
Complete from the Hilton Hotel and the RFU Awards. It's goodbye from us all.
Desolate. You don't see anyone. Desolation Boulevard.
Americans.
Miss television.
And Russians. Living in harmony.
Russian music? Never heard it.
In the holiday camp from hell.
I think we're whistling Dixie here. You know what I'm saying?
It's under our control right now. I feel really good about that. Bosnia, The Zone. Modern Times, Wednesday at 9 on BBC Two.
What the papers say in 45 minutes takes a wry look at the week's top stories and top names hitting the headlines. First on BBC Two, a scrutiny special looks at the issues raised in the Armed Forces Bill, which includes the debate on homosexuality.